And now, for your listening entertainment, I present to you the Movie Bluffs.
I'm Hondo.
And I'm Frosty, and we are the Movie Bluffs.
We watch the beginning and end of a movie and make up the middle. And this week we're watching Midnight Special.
Midnight Special.
Midnight Special.
I watched the end this time, and I didn't get anything about what that name means.
Yeah, I watched the beginning this time, and I didn't either.
So figure that one out.
So hopefully we can, because, yeah, I didn't really get much context. The movie opens up in a motel room with an Amber Alert on the news saying small white child missing. And then a guy peeping out the peephole.
It's getting really loose with their
yeah. It's pretty chill. It's a chill news network. I think it was public access more so. Yo, Amber Alert.
Hey,
keep an eye out for white child.
There's a small and white.
He's
you'll find
small,
him.
White. He's a kid.
You'll know him if you see him.
You'll know him. But yeah, so small white boy missing, 60 pounds, 8 years old or something. And so then this guy that looks like the Goblin from Spider-Man peeps out the window that they have duct taped over, and the windows are all duct taped.
Like the real Green Goblin or Willem Dafoe?
Looks like Willem Dafoe, but
doesn't
I
look
can't
like
tell
the Green
for sure.
Goblin himself. Okay, good.
A guy in a green mask looks out the window.
He says, "Ooh, my midnight special."
Oh, there's my midnight special. Opens the door to a sandwich delivered by who else other than DoorDash, our sponsor for the week.
This week, our sponsor is DoorDash. We will be inserting them into every scene of the episode. If you find them all and you send them in, we'll send you a little prize.
We have to sprinkle it in 78 times, so hope you're counting.
78 cents for 78 times. We're not big enough to get a good contract yet.
Hopefully we can, but so far we're going to live off of soup. So the TV's going. They're in a motel. It's Willem Dafoe guy and then some other guy that looks just like an old white dude. They're both two old white dudes. And then we see covered in a blanket and a light. Who else other than the small white boy from the news? Oh, so they're apparently the ones that have kidnapped him. He doesn't seem to be fretting about who's kidnapped him, so I don't know.
Or are they delivering him? Are they Postmates delivery drivers?
I think they might be DoorDash delivery drivers.
Somebody ordered a little 60-pound white boy.
60 pound. I think Amber did, because she's alerting the news about it.
That wasn't like a regular Amber Alert. That was just the Postmates notification.
Your order is on its way. Willem Dafoe is your driver.
You'll see him peeking through your windows soon.
So they see the news. They say, "Oh, we got to get going because they're after us." They know that we have this kid. So they leave at right away. They take off the window seal, the duct tape cardboard window thing that they've done to cover the blinds. And as they're leaving, the hotel maitre d', I'm not sure what they're called, but sees them and she's listening to the radio, and they say, "Oh, an old Chevy with primered paint and yada yada." You know, she's like, "Wait, that's that, and that's a small white boy, and that must be." She puts two and two together, and she says, "You know what? I think I should call the police." And so she does. And they're driving. They have their radar scanner on. They're already going, trying to get to wherever they're headed. And they have the radio scanner thing going to make sure they don't get found. But then they hear primered Chevy. We are all on the lookout for this car and those two guys. One looks like Willem Dafoe. And so they say, "Oh crap! Like we gotta go deep undercover." Non-Willem Dafoe guy says, "Open the glove box." Pulls out night vision goggles, which is very surprising because it seems like he was ready for this. Turns out his car lights and drives with night vision goggles, which I'm surprised I've never seen. I've never seen anyone do that.
Really
that seems like
clever.
the smart way to. Yeah, I was like, oh, everybody should do that when they need to drive inconspicuously through the night.
Everybody should just do that.
I think everyone should. Like, why are we wasting lights when we could just have night vision goggles and be completely in the dark?
Yeah, there's
it
a
would
whole
save light
campaign
pollution
about like turning off your lights.
Yeah,
we're wasting energy.
Lights out, Los Angeles. Get your night vision goggles. So they're cruising. Obviously, they're worried about being found out. Then they've been driving for a while. Willem Dafoe's like, "All right, I think we can slow down now, whatever." Turns on the lights, the other guy. There's a car in the middle of the street. He swerves, and he's like, "Whoa, shit." They brake really quickly. He comes out. I guess the guy is pretty nice because the non-Willem Dafoe character runs out and checks because it seems like the lady had just gotten into an accident or was just passed out in the middle of the street. I don't know. She was in her car. And so he goes to check on her, says, "Oh no, we need to call an ambulance," whatever. And then a cop comes. And so like you see a cop in the distance down the way, and he flags him down surprisingly, like, cause I guess he's just a good guy and wants to help this random lady. And before the cop comes, the car gets hit again. And so then she's really not doing good at that point. It already seemed like she was hit once. I don't know. But so gets hit again, whatever, car drives off. The cop shows up. He says, "Oh, what's going on?" He's like, "I need an ambulance, quick, whatever." And then the cop looks at their car and then he says, "Primered paint, Chevy. Small white boy. Maybe that's the guys I'm a cop. I should call somebody about that."
He calls.
So he goes, "Hello." "I think I have the guys." No. So he pulls out a gun before he can even get the chance to do that. He's like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." And then Willem Dafoe comes out, says, "Shoot him. We got to shoot him. Alton's more important." The boy's name is Alton. I find that out then. And so he's like, "Oh, shoot, like this is a good old Mexican standoff with a bunch of white dudes." And so then the cop's like, "Oh, I don't know. I think I might have to like shoot you guys because this is the situation." And then the other guy shoots him in the chest, says, "You know what? Can't do that because Alton's more important." Shoots him right in the chest. Gets in the car, heads off, takes the keys out of the cop car. They head off. And Willem Dafoe's like, he was probably wearing a vest. Like, don't worry. He's like, "You're not the one that just shot a state trooper." So he's all hurt about it or whatever. And then, so then we go to a scene of what seems like an office. They're just like in an office, and this guy's like, "We have 5 days to find the boy." And he looks kind of like a pastor. Turns out he's some sort of pastor. And they walk into a regular room and he starts saying a sermon, but it's not a regular sermon. He says, "This is from March 27th, 2011. The numbers." Everyone in the crowd starts spouting off numbers. And he's like, "And we will be guided by the light, whatever." And then I'm like, this is a bit cultish. This isn't the future church. This is just maybe a cult. And so, it's a bit.
Yeah, they play a little bit differently. You can tell.
Yeah, I was like, this seems churchy, but then I was like, oh no, it's not. It's creepy. Nah. Yeah, so they they're having their little culty church gathering, and then the FBI comes in and says, "We're the FBI. You gotta pause for a moment." And so then the FBI tells everyone, "We brought buses here. We're taking you all away to like a safe place or whatever." I think they're just trying to like stop. It's cult. I think it's cult, and they just got kind of like found out. They're trying to stop it. And so the main guy, they bring him into a room, and they're asking him like about the numbers and how long he, like, why does a cult, like, why do these people need so many guns on this ranch? And he's like, well, it's not illegal to own guns yet. Am I right? Or whatever. And then Kylo Ren, the famous from Star Wars, he comes in looking like a bit
at the end.
Yeah, he looks like a big dork. He comes in looking like he just graduated. I suppose so, yeah. And so he comes in to the FBI interrogation room, and he's like, "Hey, I need to know about these numbers. He works for the NSA, and so there's something there tied with the NSA, and he's just like, and what does this mean? Like the something about the light and the prime meridian and something about the two-step." And I'm like, oh, he's not asking about dance moves. It seems like he's asking about whatever his cult was about. And so that's where I left off.
Okay.
Kid, cult, who knows what can happen.
That woman from earlier that got hit twice?
Yeah.
She didn't happen to be friggin' Mary Jane from Spider-Man, was she?
I couldn't really tell. It was a very quick glimpse at her. She was just kind of passed out in her car.
Because it's funny you said Green Goblin and Willem Dafoe, because Mary Jane is in it.
Oh.
She's, yeah. Mine comes in at the end, and oh, no, it starts with the two guys you were talking about. They're driving. And they're in a car.
They're still driving?
They're still driving. And
jeez.
And they're being followed by a bunch of like Hummers that are trying to get them. Like government and military Hummers. And their front left wheel is like all the rubber's off, so it's just shooting sparks in the back. And it keeps cutting between them and Mary Jane. Mary Jane is with Alton, the little boy, in this big field. And it's a lot of like just slow shots of like some people start like coming up on Mary Jane and the boy, and
so Mary Jane's in the car now with the two.
No, it's like it's cutting between them.
Okay.
Actually, man, I believe they're just alone in this field, right? And it's like a huge field, and he like walks away, and he like looks back at her, and his eyes are glowing, and he looks like down in his hand, and it's glowing as well, and it's like cutting between them doing that, and the people driving with the tire blown out, and they're like being shot at by, the government, and
classic government.
And then it cuts to Mary Jane Alton, and he tenses up, and then like it looks like he explodes. Yeah, it's like this energy.
He says ritual suicide is the only way.
Yeah. But it's like it shows a shot from space, like looking at Earth, showing that this bubble, it's like this energy bubble that came from him that's like spreads out way far around like the area they're in.
Like a nuke or like a magnet.
It's that kind of shot, but you can tell it's like energy. It's not explosion. And it even cuts to the people. He's
sending out the good vibes.
Yeah. He's I don't know what that means. Is that a situation like Clout where people are using it and I just had no idea what it meant?
That's actually what it is. It's just an aura that comes out. Oh, he's emitting clout. We need to stop him. The world will have too much clout at that point, and then what will we do?
Anybody who
Too
holds
many
the
SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, it cuts back, and everybody in the energy field has a bunch of face tattoos and dyed hair.
They all got lean and shit.
Mary Jane's mumble rapping.
Yo, I popped this pussy and shit.
I just kissed on Spider-Man, yeah.
I just kissed her upside down.
Peter Parker got nothing on it, yeah.
I saved Alton, not Alton Brown.
Motherfucker looking like Willem Dafoe. What's he even driving over for?
Is he the Green Goblin in this window?
So anyways, energy field, it shows it even happens like where the guys are driving the car and they're being chased. The energy field like passes through them as well. And does by a bunch of people. And when it comes back to Mary Jane and the boy, he's just standing out in the field looking, and there's these like in front of them in the field are these super humongous like way futuristic buildings and like just like huge structures everywhere. And then it cuts to like different shots of different places, like people working on this on these docks or something, and like looking up, and in the sky there's huge futuristic looking buildings, and no like creatures or like vehicles or anything, just huge buildings. One of them is like against a building, and it looks like it's moving at just a tiny bit to get like around the building.
Like ships or something? They're like crafts?
Weird. And it's just showing a bunch of different people looking and being amazed by it. It goes on for a really long time. It's
just real-time shot of this spaceship slowly moving.
I think, they had a lot of fun with just like designing all these future buildings, and they're like, we can't cut any. I'm too in love, so we got to put them all in the movie.
It's basically got to be the last hour of just buildings moving.
Yeah. So eventually, it cuts back to the boy and Mary Jane, and she's like, you see behind her in the forest, there's like glowing orbs, and she starts looking at them. And they're getting closer, and each one has it's like two orbs where eyes would be, and like a glowing orb underneath them where the torso would be. And there's a very faint visage of like a ghostly figure around each one, and they're all like walking towards the boy, and then like past him into like towards that building he was next to.
Wow!
And so they like look at each other, and Alton kind of like nods to her and like turns and walks with them, and then the whole energy orb just like closes up really quick, and the buildings are gone.
It just blanks out. They don't even take off. They just
they're just gone. It was like they were there the whole time, but you just needed a way to like be able to see them or something.
Like interdimensional.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mary Jane starts crying. And then the two guys who were driving, they flip their car and they roll a few times, and it slides upside down. And the Hummers are getting up on them, and it cuts to them inside. And one's like, "Can we just go back to Texas now?" And and then there's like there's an audience laugh track, like a canned studio laughter. And it goes as the military
Next
guys are like
sign.
pointing all their guns at them.
You've been watching the Seinfeld marathon on TBS. Jerry, can we just go back to Texas now?
Sure, Jerry. It's two Jerrys.
Look at all these Hummers, Jerry. It's like a P. Diddy music video.
Oh my God. P. Diddy likes Hummers?
I don't know. It's like an old rap video thing.
Is that kind of like clout? Where
No,
is that clout?
no, different time.
All right. But if I had a bunch of Hummers now, would I have clout?
No, you probably more so have a Hummer dealership. I don't think they're as popular as they used to be.
That'd be a fun idea for a music video shot, though. Like, you have like 30 Hummers around you.
I have approximately 30 Hummers.
I made it.
I'm done. I don't have a home. I just sleep in every single Hummer.
One
Whenever.
for every day of the month. So military takes them away. They cut to a guy in a room, in an interrogation room. Adam Driver walks in. Well, first he's being interrogated, and he's like, "You're saying they just the woman and the boy got in a car and left?" And he's like, "Yep." And he's like, "How do you
Adam Driver? Is Adam Driver Kylo Ren?"
Yeah,
I thought that was his name.
Kylo?
I thought that was his name, Kylo Ren.
Be an odd choice to use it for Star Wars. Kylo Ren as himself.
Kylo Ren is Kylo Ren in Star Wars. I guess you're right. That makes more sense. I've never seen the movie.
Kylo Riley walks in and interrogates him a little bit after, because the first guy's just like, you expect me to believe? And he's like, I'm going to tell the same story because it's the truth. And he leaves, and Adam Driver walks in, and the studio audience goes, woo! And he's like, hello, I'd like to ask you a few. I see what you're saying. He did look like a big dork. He had the sweater vest on,
all his folders and his sweater vest.
Yeah, he had a bunch of folders.
I'm pretty sure I saw a pocket protector in there somewhere.
He's like, I'd like to ask you a few questions, and then it cuts away. Like I said, there's a lot of like context-based things where I'm like, I'm sure that would have meant something to me if I knew who this character was. It's like, ooh, shit, he's about to be talked to by Adam Driver. And then it's a shot of a prison, and there's a guy with like standing in the walkway, and he's got some like stuff in his hair. I think this was the cult leader guy, because it's just like he's walking from one cell to the other in prison, and there's like he's standing in a hallway where there's a golden light shining on him, and he's just staring out at it, and it's a shot of his face for like 15 seconds or something, just like looking at the light, and then it cuts to credits.
All right, so
I didn't get like a spaced out cool stuff. I got all my cool shit for way too long, like all these buildings, and then nothing.
Just way too stretched out, and then they
after.
gave you absolutely nothing.
Stupid. They should have named it Midnight Stupid.
They could have named it Midnight Nothing.
Midnight Nothing.
Midnight Nothing special about it.
There it is. Midnight Nothing special. All right. So we end off with them driving, the two guys, Willem Dafoe and company, and
Alton.
And Alton. Don't forget the boy.
The boy.
That 60-pound beauty is sitting in the back seat. And
the 60 pounds of ivory and boy.
And it zooms in on him, like way in on his face, and he's thinking, does flashback to the McAllister home. This this little boy is Kevin McAllister, and these two men are the robbers that have been trying to steal him this whole time.
So he flashbacks to a family trip while he's in the back seat. And he says, "Oh, finally, they didn't forget me. Where are we going, mother and father?" They say Romania.
Finally, I get to go on vacation.
Yeah, finally. Actually, they don't even go with him. This time they just send him on a vacation alone and forget to go on the vacation themselves. So he ends up in Romania. He says, what the heck am I going to do? I don't know what to do here. I'm alone.
He's
but
on
not
his
at
flight,
home.
like halfway through the flight. He says, I forgot my parents.
I forgot my parents. Now the tables have turned. He shows up in Romania and needs to get a cab and a place to stay. So, keep in mind, this is all just flashback while he's in the back seat while they're driving because they've been driving for a while.
Trying to think about a better time.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, that time in Romania where I forgot my parents. So he gets in a taxi and he says, I need a place to stay. And the guy speaks only Romanian. So he says,
yeah,
Romanian.
Do your Romanian accent.
Yeah.
You try to friggin' make up some Romanian.
I know some Romanian, so let's see. Nope. He says,
hold on. I'll tell you what he says. Here we go.
Unde te duci?
He gets in the cab and the guy says,
Unde te duci?
and Kevin McAllister says, what? I don't speak Romanian. I just need a place to stay. And so the Romanian guy says, oh, a voodoo lady?
Ah, dracului.
That's a rough translation to frick off.
Frick off.
All right. That's essentially their conversation. I tried to figure out how to say, aren't you Kevin McAllister?
Chifach, Kevin McAllister. I only know Chifach, and that's like, what's up in Romanian.
Kefach. Why do you know that?
I know a couple Romanians. You don't need to know why.
Oh yeah, I forgot. When you're like driving Uber or something, you're like, oh yeah, I'm driving Uber or something, and then I work and drive these Romanians home every day. Kefach.
Chivach. So the taxi driver just says, I don't know what to do with you. I'm going to drop you off at this old voodoo lady. And so he just shows up at this lady's house and they have a grand old time. It's kind of like a little montage, a fun montage of him learning ancient voodoo secrets from Romanians past.
And Romanian cooking.
And Romanian cooking as well, which is delicious.
Ancient voodoo secret.
Ancient voodoo secret. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hair of a white boy, 60 pounds. And so he's bound to the spirit realm because of that. And she's just upping her spirit game because you know how hard it is to find blonde white boy hair in freaking Romania? It's not easy. It has to be American.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say something, but that was unnecessary. I'm just reaffirming your point. Yeah, there's not much blonde hair in Romania.
It's not easy. So
she's tricking. She's tricking him into doing it, or she just has so much ghost spiritual energy about her, she accidentally rubs some off onto him.
I think so. I think it's kind of like, oh, you're like kind of my prodigy because we just have this cool montage, and you know what? I think I might.
Like, what if she's like carrying this bucket of spiritual energy, and she's like, oh, put it up there, and he's like, whoa, and he's like trying to put it on a high shelf, and he goes, whoa, he accidentally dumps it on himself. And she looks at him like, oh, you crazy boy.
And now you're bound to the spiritual world forever.
Whoopee.
Whoopee. His eyes glow a little bit. And he's like, "Ooh, I'm feeling a little bit ghostly."
Okay.
She laughs. They have some fun. He levitates a little bit, like in Matilda.
She's going like, whoa, and then she looks closer, and it's a bunch of ghosts holding him up. She goes, oh.
Hey, senora, take them all the time. Well, so they're dancing.
I was thinking of the like, hi, God, Niggy Lahala, holding him on the chair.
Dude. He says, "I'm not Jewish."
It's your ghost mitzvah.
It's your ghost mitzvah. So he's just having a good time. So that's just a flashback, and then he's like, what a good time.
And I should have said boo mitzvah. Thinking back.
Or ghoul mitzvah.
I know a few rabbis that probably wouldn't like that. I want my bar mitzvah to be ghost themed. So the parents are, kind of like half-heartedly trying to get Kevin back, figuring out what to do. But also lounging and enjoying the time away.
Having a bit of some whiskey, some wine, just sitting back.
They do like it a little bit when he's gone.
Yeah. They've kind of gotten used to it now.
They say, like, ever since he did Party Monster, our boy really grew up quick. We shouldn't have left him home alone so much.
He's really become eccentric. He's really like turned into an eccentric table. Fuck you, Mom.
So, Voodoo Lady says, well, it's always tough when we do different countries because as a cis scum, I'm not allowed to do any accents.
Yeah. My Romanian homegirls would sound like, "Oh, Macaulay Culkin, time for you to go back home now."
takes him to the airport. They have their tearful goodbye.
They hug. He goes. He says, "Gotta catch this flight back to America." He's leaving.
All the ghosts are waving at him. Goodbye.
Bye. Che fach.
One of the ghosts rushes onto the plane and says, "Wait, don't go. I love you."
He says, "You can't love me, baby. I'm just a kid."
Puts his cigarette out on the ground. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of this town.
Romania's too small for me.
I've had enough of this one-horse town. I've learned all I can learn. I gotta go take my spirits to the other realm. I gotta show America my newfound spirituality like all white people do after they go somewhere else.
I'm bringing Romania to America.
National Lampoon's Romanian American Trip.
National Lampoon's Ghost Mitzvah.
National Lampoon's Gabagools 2, the movie.
Scooby-Doo and the gang meet and a Haitian voodoo woman. Wait, this wasn't a Haitian voodoo woman. It was Old Man Jenkins.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids and Macaulay Culkin.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. I'm just a child actor. I didn't choose this life.
I didn't grow up so good.
I didn't grow up so good. I never learned to hot.
All right. He comes back to America. They say, wow, Kevin. We
having your back.
He says it's not Kevin anymore. It's Alton. I've ascended into my new form.
Alton Brown? Alton Brown, like the chef from Food Network.
And also, Mom, you're going to need to start cooking a lot more dinner. And that's when all the ghosts come in. Oh, no.
The ghosts are drinking, spitting on the family portrait. One ghost is peeing into the communal punch bowl.
Oh yeah, that classic communal punch bowl at the McAllister
as all families
house.
have, as all families have in their house in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm not sure how white kids grew up. Y'all had like, I don't know, a big punch bowl that was always filled.
Listen, man, I don't fucking know. I'm Mexican. All we had was salsa.
I was lower middle class, so I don't know how the upper middle class grew up.
Oh, you didn't have the crystal. My idea was that every white family had a crystal punch bowl and some crystal glasses. Yeah, from their long lineage of being white.
Yeah, they were made hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. These Romanian ghosts are like, wow, I've never had it this good. Boop, boop, boop.
Boop, boop, boop. Delicious. Mind if I take a piss in here?
I don't mind if I do.
No.
No, Romanian ghosts.
I think Kevin's parents hired these two guys to capture him.
Yeah.
They're like, we've lived without Kevin a lot, and we kind of like it. But you like it better, honey? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like it better without Kevin, and now he's got all these ghosts attached to him.
Let's go hire those guys that are always after our son whenever we go on a vacation.
You know how many times I cleaned ghost spit off my grandpa's portrait today?
I'm sick of cleaning ghost spit. Macaulay Culkin just wears Romanian garb all the time, and that's just it, you know.
You know, he does it once. He spits. He tries giving the old family portrait a spit, and that just puts it over the edge.
That's it. Macaulay, that's it.
I want to be home alone again.
I just want to be home alone too.
So yeah, they toss him out the front like a friggin' Jazzy Jeff.
Ah! I work on my Jazzy Jeff yell from time to time. Ah!
I don't recall the yell well enough to know whether you're doing good. Now imagine that coming out of like little old Kevin McAllister. Then repeat the shot like 20 more times for the ghosts.
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh! Oh!
Boo!
Oh. And straight into the loving arms of the two burglars.
They say, finally, we've got you. We knew without you in that stupid house you would be useless.
They toss him in the car and drive away, and the parents are waving goodbye.
And they say,
goodbye, Kevin. Peace at last.
So the burglars have him, and they have no idea. They just got him now. They just keep driving. They're just happy.
What do? We can't get ransom.
They have no idea. They're just stoked to have finally done it, and now they're like, well, we don't have a home. We just rob people's homes.
They're like dogs chasing cars. You know? Once they get the little boy, they don't know what to do with them.
They just don't know what to do with them. They just keep on driving. So they're driving. They finally did it. But little do they know, little McAllister's come with some new baggage. That baggage being spiritual baggage.
Yeah. Those aren't the regular police that get on his case. It's ghost police.
Ghost police. They're interested because now they know that they have some sort of like research, some sort of device that can tell when the oracle is unlocked. And let's just say Macaulay Culkin got a bit of that oracle poured all over him to make him a pretty strong spiritual guy, you know?
Yeah. It cut to a cabin out in the woods with like middle of nowhere with a bunch of satellite dishes on top of it, and the camera starts going inside, and you're seeing all like these different gadgets of like ghost detectors and aura perceivers and things like that. And then
old Ghostbusters uniforms.
It gets to the desk, and there's Adam Driver, Kylo Ren.
Kylo
and he's
Ren.
And he's a ghost hunter. He's been waiting.
Yeah. And in the background, he has on his little iHome playing so he's just a ghost guy.
I wish something strange was in my neighborhood.
And then he says, "Wait, what is that? What the heck is that on my?"
What I'd give for an invisible man sleeping in my bed.
I'm not afraid of no ghost.
That's his prayer every night. His affirmations. I am Kylo Ren. I am not afraid of no ghost.
Please, ghost, come seek me.
If there were ghosts around, I swear not to bust you. Reveal yourself. Nothing again.
So he's sitting there longingly for these ghosts or any kind of spiritual presence, and this ghost alarm goes off.
Everything's just that theme.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Oh, he gets an alert on his phone. Oh, my DoorDash is here. Oh, Kylo, your midnight special? Thank you.
Breaks the fourth wall.
Looks straight into like a camera, but like a little to the left of the camera, so he's not technically looking at the camera. Director, I'm not looking at the camera,
but he has to like turn around. He has to like look.
Looking.
Here's your DoorDash order. Perfect, my DoorDash order. Wow, this was really fast and convenient. Thanks.
Wow. It almost tastes better than if I were eating it at the restaurant.
Here's your burger, sir, from the haunted house of burgers.
Yeah. Adam Wren he gets an alert from the ghost monitor, and it's that like static, he's tuning through it. He's like, we're on the I-95.
We travel with Macaulay Culkin now.
Call the police.
Call the police. 2 dudes took us, man.
He prefers to be called Alton.
He's Alton Brown now, by the way, just so you know.
He called... Oh, shit. Is it real police or is it ghost police? I have to know.
Federal boo investigators.
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation is after Macaulay Culkin because they got it on their radar too that there's a strong force on Earth now.
Oh,
something's happened.
Kevin's ghost put out an APB on the car and a regular Amber Alert.
And a regular Amber Alert. So because the real world can't know about what the FBI really stands for. Yeah. It's not the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We know that.
Investigation.
They're investigating something, but more so investighosting.
So, they were really happy when they came up with that.
they were satisfied with it. And so thereafter they're getting they don't know it yet, but they're the two robbers, they've gotten themselves in a real mix with this kid, and I don't know if they're ready for what's to happen next.
Imagine what kind of ghosts are coming out to try to stop them. It's probably scary shit. Because if it's just the ghost realm, like, and Kevin's part of it, you get like John Wayne Gacy Jr. out there on the side of the road, scaring them.
Have him get killed. You know,
that dude's dead, right?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I feel like he might still be in prison.
Is this like clout? Does everybody know about this and I just don't know, and everybody's like, oh yeah, John Wayne Gacy?
I don't know. Everyone references it, so they got their radar on because they have their scanners, you know, so they know that they're being followed, but they don't know why, the robbers.
Mm-hmm. And they start being followed by like those Hummers. And they think it's just like regular Hummers until they start floating. Oh. And they look at each other, the two guys, and they go, ah!
They says, you they look back at Macaulay Culkin, and then all his ghost friends are behind him now. They see him now. They see all the ghost buddies. And he's like, you messed with the wrong Alton.
The wrong voodoo boy.
I'm not alone this time, boys. And so he has to get teleported to a field somehow, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe he's like, oh shoot, the ghost kind of fill him up, and he's like, yo, that's the ghost police, man. We got to get you out of here. I think your energy is too strong. You had too much of that stuff spilt on you. He's like, oh no.
No more.
No.
He starts eating up one of the ghosts.
He says, what'd you say?
Spicy. I guess that's where they got ghost peppers from.
That's some good spiritual energy.
I feel like that wasn't a good joke. Didn't make me laugh.
So the ghost Hummers start firing at them with ghost bullets. As they
call my joke, by the way.
Yeah,
I just want to make it clear.
I know.
I know you're trying to give me the out by just rushing past it, but I want everybody to know.
Let's just dwell on it for a little bit.
That one.
It's okay.
I wish I could use DoorDash to order some better jokes. Because I would.
I'm sure they would be real knock-knock jokes.
Oh, my.
Knock, knock. It's a DoorDash joke.
Knock, knock. It's a hilarious new joke. Check this one out.
Check this one out, homie.
So farmer, you know, his wife says, I feel like you shouldn't, this is a DoorDash guy talking.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't plant corn anymore. You should plant tomatoes. And he says, okay. And she says, bye, I need to go for a week. And she comes back from vacation, and their house is like all torn to shreds. And she says, what happened? I told you to just plant tomatoes. And he says, oh, tomatoes? I thought you said tornadoes. Sponsored by DoorDash.
That was our DoorDash ad break. DoorDash, where you can get full of laughter.
That's a joke with every delivery.
Like popsicle sticks.
They deliver the jokes.
As one would do in comedy. You don't even have to stand up. It will bring it right to your door.
So Kevin's now turned into some kind of ghostly cannibal.
Yeah, he's just getting too powerful.
Too quick.
He
starts. I think he starts chomping down on all the ghosts.
Yeah, he just starts inhaling them.
I think this really freaks out the robbers, and they pull over. They kick him out.
right into a field. They say, never mind, dude.
Yeah, get out of here. That was some fucked up shit.
They peel out.
They're just starting to get their head wrapped around this whole ghost thing. And when they started having to figure out, like, him eating ghosts.
Yeah. They're like, we knew you were a smart kid, but this is crazy. We were just going to, like, kill you or something, but...
Hold you for ransom.
I don't even know what we're going to do, but we got to go. This is scary.
So they kick him out, and as they drive away, they're waving goodbye. A
couple ghost hummers are still after them, kind of just because they might be
still on them. They still did something bad.
Yeah,
but I think Kevin's gone too far, and maybe he's got to be put on trial.
Yeah.
So these ghosts, they have him, and they're like, "You're coming with us." And they bind his hands in glowing, ghostly handcuffs.
It looks like regular handcuffs, but they're glowing white and green.
Yeah, it's just orbs on his hands that keep him from doing anything. They blind him too. Ghostly, glowing, blinding eyes. And they start leading him through the field when they run into Mary Jane. She happens to be there too.
She's actually like a freelance lawyer. And so she's just there to kind of like help him. She says, hey, do you have representation? And he says, no, I'm fucking ghost, dude. I'm like, half ghost, half human. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, he says, I want a lawyer present. I
need a lawyer present. Yeah. So Mary Jane just comes out. She says, I'll do it.
All right.
I'm hurting for work. I'm
like
in a field.
City appointed attorney.
Yeah.
Like state appointed attorney there.
Yeah. They say, here's your ghost attorney, but she's a normal human girl.
Yeah, they say, we got another case of Romanian voodoo white boy taking on too much he can handle with some ghosts.
Classic case of white guy goes to other place and steals all the voodoo magic and takes it to America, causes a ruckus.
Yeah, friggin' gentrifying another Romanian ghost voodoo.
Yep, that's section number 875 in the Ghost Law Handbook.
Ooh. Big gust of wind. They're being taken to, he's been taken to trial. What if in the field there was a banana peel?
And the ghost judge slips,
cracks their ghost head open.
And cracks the ghost head open.
Kevin rushes in and starts nomming down on some fresh ghost. And they say, like, oh, well, all the attorneys are there, and there's, like, concrete proof that he's doing it. Mary Jane, she can't represent him. He blew it.
She says, well, you really blew it there, Alton Brown. He's like, I can't help it. I'm engorged with ghostly energy. And
I can't help myself. I have to take this one alone.
He says, yeah, that's kind of what I just said.
Yep.
You go on without me, Mary Jane. Yeah, I can't represent you.
No, don't stay. Don't come.
Don't stay. She's gone. Alton, she's gone. Oh, what a jerk.
They open up the portal to the ghost realm and looks back, and he nods. He says, like, I got this.
He says, you know what? I am wild with power. I should probably go to ghost jail. Massive epiphany.
And then, yeah, she was pretty fine with that. So when the portal closed up, she had just watched A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore the night previous. And she was remembering that movie and started crying. It was completely unrelated.
Yeah. And then actually, and she also recalled watching Marley and Me back in 2010, and that really hit her.
Oh, yeah. And then that just opened up, she started thinking of every sad movie at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you pop, you just can't stop.
Yeah.
You can get Pringles delivered by Postmates, too. I don't know if you knew that.
Yep, you can. You can also get Prongles delivered by Postmates and DoorDash. Wow. And once you pop, that's great.
Hey, thanks for listening in. That was Midnight Special, to the best of our knowledge. If you want to follow us on Instagram, go to @themoviebluffs. And if you have any questions or comments, write to themoviebluffspodcast@gmail.com. So, Kevin, call me Kevin you later.